Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have WandaVision. This is the launch of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4, and it's on television. And it's also a tribute to classic television, all in one. Uh, yeah, this is something brand new for Marvel, and they're the big movie blockbuster gang. They don't do television so much. Yes, there's been other Marvel TV shows on Netflix and Hulu and other places like Freeform with Cloak and Dagger and all of this stuff, but um, it's not their milieu, as you want to say. Did I say that right? Milieu. It's French. I don't know. Anyway, it's not their normal thing. Television isn't where they have thrived in the past, and technically, this is streaming. So it's not necessarily always on television. It could be a computer, it could be a phone, whatever, your laptop, your tablet. The point is that this is just all new ground for them. And, well, when it takes a pandemic to really shift your schedule around. By now, normally, had there not been a pandemic, we would have seen Black Widow. We'd be seeing Eternals. We'd see a whole lot of little sort of nudges towards other things that are coming up in the MCU. I think a lot of stuff got, well, everything got knocked back at least a year. But television does not require you to sit in a theater as much as we miss that. So the launch of Phase 4 of the MCU starts now with WandaVision. Uh, Two characters, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and Vision. Uh, we met both of them fully in Avengers: Age of Ultron. One of them died when they went up against Thanos, and yet they're still here together in this series. So, why are they together? How are they together? And why does their life look like a 1950s sitcom? So there's a lot to unpack here. Again, don't expect this to be a big blow 'em out super blockbuster action franchise. At least in these first two episodes. By the way, yes, it's not just one episode that premiered today; it's two. And one's 30. The first one's 30 minutes long, and the other one's 37 minutes long. So they vary. They're about that Mandalorian length. That varies because they're not tied to commercial breaks and things like that because it's on Disney Plus. No commercials. Um, so yeah, we got little something new to look at. It's a new little format to see our heroes in, and even they're a little bit uncomfortable and out of place when we see them. I'm going to start with a no gigantic spoilers. The stuff that you saw in the trailers is pretty much what I'm going to touch on now that we can flesh this stuff out. So yeah, but if you're worried about spoilers in any way, of course, obviously, stop watching this. I don't know why I'm telling you to, you know, to not watch my video, but watch the actual thing first, and then you can come back here and listen to me babble about it. But yeah, so that said, I'm gonna move forward with potential spoilers, but nothing big. I'm not gonna throw in any major twists. You should enjoy this as it is. But I'm going to recommend it to you as if you're a Marvel fan. If you're not a Marvel fan and you have no idea who these characters are, you might be utterly confused as to what is going on and why, and who these people are, and why are superheroes in a 1950s era sitcom. It looks like the Dick Van Dyke Show or I Love Lucy. So this is you know it starts out with them moving into a new little town and meeting the neighbors and going to work and discovering that they still have their powers and they're doing their normal thing, but they have to hide that away just inside the home. Vision looks like his synthezoid self when they're inside the house, but when he goes to work, he looks like a human. And it's honestly it's not just the fact that it's set in the 50s and it's a 50s TV show. It is literally a comedy, filmed in front of a studio audience in some cases. I don't know if every single moment of it was, but a good chunk of it was. We get to see a number of different characters. Actors that you'll know, actors you'll recognize, but even more so, characters you'll recognize from other Marvel movies. So we got Randall Park as Jimmy Woo from the Ant-Man and the Wasp film. We will have Darcy, played by Kat Dennings from Thor films, showing up at some point. Captain Trouble, the little girl, all grown up now. Make sure I get her name right. Teyona Paris plays Monica Rambeau, and to Marvel fans who read the comics, you know who Monica Rambeau is. She's got a future in the MCU. It's not just a weird little cameo kind of situation. Stuff's about to happen. Some of the fun stuff in this also is one of the recurring supporting characters is Catherine Hahn, who plays Agnes, the next door neighbor. There's a little bit more to her also than I think they have even hinted at. I've got theories, but I'm not going to say them now because it would kind of ruin it for some people who might know what I'm talking about. For those of you who have no idea, for me to say who she really is, well, you'd be like, I don't know who that is. I don't care. Anyway, Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen reprise their roles as Vision and the Scarlet Witch, and they look like they're having a great time doing literally live in front of a studio audience sitcom comedy from the 50s. And by the way, they also, from what I understand, you're not going to find high-end 2020, 2021 level special effects, CGI effects, when Wanda is levitating plates and putting them away, or Vision walking through walls or stuff like that. Well, maybe the walking through walls thing, but they don't use the modern technology. But when it's, Wanda floating plates and drying them off and things like that, it's all on wires and the technology that would have had in the 50s if this was I Love Lucy, The story does progress by television era by each episode. So in the second episode, we get to be in the early 60s, still black and white, Bewitched era. So it's very much the story and the setting and the look is very much a take on Bewitched. So it's you gotta do Bewitched. You're dealing with a Scarlet Witch. It works. So there's a mystery also that presents itself at the end of each episode that sort of builds the tension. But for the most part, these are comedies that star superheroes and getting in wacky misunderstandings and situations that they normally wouldn't. Dealing, when you're hanging out with Captain America and the Hulk and Iron Man and stuff like that. There are definitely major MCU players referenced in this in subtle ways. There's even a commercial in each of the 2 episodes that we've seen so far that are just sort of planted in there. And there's some big references, not the least of which I'll say right now is a Stark reference. So, but the other one you should also recognize if you've been paying attention. So, but I won't ruin that one. That one's a little bit more of a deeper cut, but you'll recognize him if you've been paying attention to the movies. So anyway, yes, this is not you're not going to expect this to be a big blowout blockbuster action series. This is very much a psychological drama and comedy, like sitcom, all wrapped into one. 2 episodes, all black and white. By the 3rd one, we'll be in color. I'm pretty sure. And it's unlike anything Marvel's done before. It's a humongous step. It's a humongous leap to take the fans through. And yeah, if you don't have a liking for old I Love Lucy episodes, or Dick Van Dyke, or Bewitched, or whatever, if you have no idea what those things are because you were born in the 21st century, I'm sorry, but you're about to get a television education by watching this, about the roots of old sitcoms. And you're going to see our heroes living through them. Why are they living through them? what's going on behind the scenes? Well, we're going to have to keep watching to find out. And that is all right by me. The more Marvel we get, the better. And we're soon going to have so much. So, especially all of it on Disney Plus. Especially if some of those movies just never get to come out in theaters properly. I live in a city where we have probably more theaters than churches, and all of them are closed. Not the churches, the theaters. We have the best theaters in the world. Some of them. Most of them. We can't see a movie. But that's the way it is right now. Until that is over, it's time to watch Disney Plus and get our MCU fix here with WandaVision. So yeah, in the next few weeks, since we got 2 episodes right now, I think there's 6 episodes total. That leaves 4 more weeks worth of WandaVision. Unless they add something else I don't know about. But we got a few more episodes of WandaVision, and lots of surprises to come. So, all right, I think you'll enjoy it. If you don't have, as long as you don't have expectations that you really shouldn't be expecting, I should say. Gotta load up the thing here. All right. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
326.
326. Staying in 300s. Oh. Well, I have seen the first one, but I haven't seen this one, the sequel. So again, we're not getting the sequel before the original, but it's all right because I've already seen the original. But this stars a brand new actress to the MCU who should have had a movie out by now, but in Eternals. But no, Angelina Jolie is the lead actress in this Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. So that is our next one on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I'll see you back here tomorrow. All right.